Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Football Pundits podcast. This week was very eventful one in the world of football, as the proposed Super League, as the European Super League was proposed by the top 12 powerful clubs in the world of football, and the very quick disintegration of the same plan, as most of the teams backed out, except for the two of the Spanish giants, that is Real Madrid and Barcelona, and uh, uh, who are still very sure that tweaking a little bit of tweaking the format of this European Super League, and they will be back soon with a new format with all the teams participating in that. Uh, to know more about what actually happened with the things related to European Super League, check out our previous two episodes. And for that, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for notifications to watch our latest content. Moving on from the European Super League and everything that has been going in the past week. In today's podcast, we'll be now focusing on the English Premier League, the League Cup final, and also the La Liga. So let's begin our discussion with the first topic of the day, the League Cup final, and the team that has been in talks for the past 1 week due to the sacking of the manager, due to the League Cup final, or or also the future of one of their main players, Harry Kane. So the League Cup final was between Manchester City and Tottenham, which Manchester City won 1-0, not very convincingly, but they were able to get through it for a fourth successive League Cup final. Uh, what are you, we have Rohil and Rishabh with us, and guys, what are your views about what happened in the League Cup final, and also the sacking of Mourinho, and what lies ahead for Harry Kane? Should he leave the club or not?
You want to go ahead?
Yeah, I mean, there is no question that Manchester City was supposed to win the game. They were favorites to win the game, and they showed in the game as well. I think Spurs barely managed to have a shot in the entire game, so that was pretty surprising. And it was like the other decision about Mourinho getting sacked was baffling for me as well. Like a week before you sack the person who has actually got you to the League Cup final. But yeah, coming to the game, and we'll talk more about Mourinho sacking and who's the replacement should be. But I think City should have scored more than one goal for sure. Like they were out and out dominant throughout the game for the entire 90 minutes. They were the team who were looking to score, and the scoreline suggests that Tottenham were, in the game for the 80 minutes, or let's say, yeah, for the entire game, because it's such a close game. But the people who have watched the game, they for sure know that the game was not at all, was not at all close. I think the best Tottenham were hoping for is, let's just hold them out. Let's see if we can hold them out. Let's hope for the best in the penalty shootout, and if we can go get the trophy, we get the trophy.
Yeah, that's pretty much sums up the whole match. I mean, apart from the goal from Laporte, which was from a set piece actually. So that's a I mean, not a very justified victory, which I would say, but ultimately is the result which counts, which is which is the philosophy, and my club is also living by. So it's the result that counts. As long as it's a 1-0 win or a 2-0 win or a 3-0 win, it doesn't matter. It's just a victory. But yeah, you would definitely expect more from a team like City. Maybe the players are tired. That's why there is a little bit of fatigue showing in the gameplay now, and they're reserving the energy for the Champions League fixture coming up tomorrow, day after. So that's what they're focusing on right now, and that's why I think they were like, they knew they will be able to get past that hurdle. It didn't really count that much. Obviously, Ryan Mason didn't stand a chance in his second managerial match to go against a veteran who had already 29 trophies until the League Cup final. So yeah, so there was definitely no contest in that aspect anyway. But yeah, I mean, So all in all, yeah, it was a very convincing victory for City in terms of the gameplay, not in terms of scoreline, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As rightly said, it was victory nonetheless, but not a convincing one for Manchester City. Uh, Given the amount of attacks they had, given the amount of shots they had on the goal, they definitely should have won. But again, 1-0 is not a very convincing scoreline. But yeah, moving from that, do you guys think that was the sacking of Mourinho a good decision just before the League Cup final? Having Ryan Mason as just an interim manager, just a 29-year-old kid, I would still say, who has no experience in managing any of the teams per se, and he is actually standing against one of the biggest managers of all time. So, do you think that was a wise decision by the Tottenham board to have Mourinho sacked?
I mean, the decision could be that there could be internal conflicts, which definitely people have been hearing about between Daniel Levy and Mourinho. Before, right after the announcement of the Super League, that was one of the speculated reasons why Mourinho was fired. The other is obviously the string of bad results which Mourinho has had in the past. Past so many managerial jobs he's had at English in the Premier League right now, so he's not been able to produce the results which he wants. Obviously, one of his worst tactics is for Mourinho is usually that when the person who he dislikes is never going to appear in his squad no matter what. That's always been the case in all his past managerial jobs. In Manchester United, it happened. It happened with after the Pogba altercation. Pogba wasn't featuring in the squad. Over here, in the first few months when he didn't like Dele Alli's work ethic, he snubbed him from the squad. Gareth Bale, when he said that he's just biding his time and wants to be match fit for Euros, he snubbed him from the squad after that. Also, even though he was playing a little bit of decent, he was gaining a bit of momentum and starting to play well. So that's what you see in Mourinho's tactics usually. So that kind of tactic usually leads him to getting sacked most of the times in his past 4 managerial stints. So obviously that's not a good thing. But I mean, but I think again, Mourinho is only one of the few managers who's beaten Pep in a final before. So sacking him before that match obviously is not a wise decision, because he was getting the best out of Kane at that point. He was the one who was getting the best out of Son and Kane. The partnership was working really well until some point, obviously. So yeah, I guess maybe they could have waited another 2 matches. Because I don't think. Definitely don't think that the team was expecting that Mourinho getting sacked would get them the result they wanted in the League Cup final. Anyway.
Yeah, that's very true. And also, would Mourinho's tactics, if he would have been the manager for the League Cup final, would have played a different role? Just because he knows how to again form a bus and everything. He knows how to hold the opposition.
Yeah, throughout his managerial stint at Spurs, he's been using the counter attack and park the bus strategy throughout the time, and it has proven to be successful for some point. And even though he might have not won against Pep, you never know what the result would have been. But
there is no way that you could have played against a team like City by going attacking and winning. It's very difficult.
Yeah, but given the recent string of results City has had, they could have definitely lost as well. I mean,
they could have, but Spurs definitely was not the favorite because of the string of results that they.
I mean, Chelsea was in the favorite against City when they played in the FA Cup final, but still,
exactly. Yeah.
I think City also in the recent times has had a lot of lack of scoring, right? They're not scoring like 4 or 5 goals. They've had to work hard to get their goals. So,
goals, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, like even I agree with what Royal said. I think it is a baffling decision of what Levy has made. And again, I don't know what the behind the scenes like as to what the decision, why this decision was made. But even like Ryan Mason I think he's younger than me.
No, he's 29 years old.
He's a
not
couple
young.
of years older
He's
than
29. Okay, I thought he was
older than
27.
him.
But like,
No.
what is he doing managing a club like Tottenham Hotspur in a League Cup final, the biggest game of Tottenham's
Yeah.
entire season?
And
Right?
the only
That's
thing they could have highlighted this season, they'll not be qualifying for the Champions League mostly. Europa League
yeah.
is also a tough spot.
Look,
So
look, I don't think age is the biggest thing which we should focus on right now, because when you look at the new Bayern coach Julian Nagelsmann, who is also 33 years old, he's not that
But
old.
he's proved at
but
least.
the thing is,
So
he has
the thing is Ryan Mason is also an interim manager. He's not been chosen as the manager for the club, so you can't actually just pile on him right now and say that.
no. The point is, even though we know he's an interim manager, point is having taken charge of a League Cup final is a big thing for any of the interim managers also.
I agree with that. I'm not denying that part, but I'm just saying that we should not be focusing on the age part right now, because obviously we know that age gives you more experience, and playing. All Ole, Pep, all these players have played in the in the big leagues and the big teams, so they have that experience. They know the tactics, how they work. So, and obviously their managerial tactics and minds are much better than the players, the best players. So.
Even if Mourinho had been sacked after the League Cup final, so if the news had come in today that they lost and now they just want to get rid of him, right, because of the results that he's had or whatever the underwhelming season that they've had, then I would still be okay. But to sack a manager who has got you this far a week before, so not even I don't know, Mason did not even get the full week to train with the guys.
Yeah.
So to sack him before the League Cup final is a bad decision to me. Is a bad decision to me.
And again, the thing is that Spurs is not that behind out of the top 6 or the top 4. They could easily qualify for the
Not after
Champions League.
today's Leicester game.
Obviously not after today, but the fourth spot is still up for grabs. I don't think the fourth spot is still out of question.
Yeah. I mean,
and again,
based on
Leicester has a tough string of fixtures. The last 3 or 4 fixtures are the toughest ones they will have. So
Tottenham has one of the easiest fixtures of the top 6.
Exactly. So if somebody could have done it, Spurs could have. So
I'm talking about the top 6.
So the thing is, even though there are no confirmed reports on this, but I definitely think that there has been a big altercation between Daniel Levy and Mourinho, which led to his firing. Otherwise, I do not think that sacking would have stuck at that point.
Yeah, and also I didn't see Mourinho just a little bit depressed. Also, the next day when he was picking stuff from his car, he was very happy that I'll be back in the management job very soon. He was smiling.
I know we need to move on to the next question, but have you guys seen who is going to be his replacement? Like the from the bookies odds, Maurizio Sarri is the person who's going to replace.
And they have approached Sarri, and also why would Mourinho be depressed? I mean, do you know the amount of money is gained from the last 4 sackings? It's around 89 million euros.
Yeah.
So after earning like 13 to 15 million right after getting sacked, I don't think I'll be depressed or something. Even though I know that I might not get a next manager job, I might not be able to manage any other Premier League club going forward, but I don't think I'm going to be sacked.
I want to have that kind of a contracting job where I get sacked and I still get paid money.
You are that kind of person who will get sacked on purpose. You are that kind of person. So from Mourinho sacking and Tottenham losing in the cup final, we have these all kind of things affecting the players' mentality. And if a player like Harry Kane is at the club like Tottenham, he would definitely want to win some trophies, which he has not been able to do in I don't know how many years whenever from the time since he has been at Tottenham. So is it the right time for Harry Kane to move to a new club, or is it the right time to move from Premier League to a different country altogether? What do you guys think about it?
I just have 2 words: 100% yes. That's
100% yes for what? He should move, but
he should move. Huh?
To English Premier League clubs only, or to
I don't care. I don't really care. I think he needs to move to a club where he can win the trophy. Of course, as a player, you won't know like you would like if you even if you move to PSG, you won't know that you're going to win the league title or not, or the
Yeah.
Champions League or whatever cup that they play. But for as a player of that caliber who gives you 20 to 22 league goals every season, and by the way he gets
English Premier
injured for
League.
at least a couple of months or
Yeah.
in that season as well. So if he's giving you that much goals in a team like Tottenham, imagine what he would do in a club like City if they can
Yeah.
get him. If in a United, in a Bayern, in a Real Madrid, in a Barcelona shirt,
Yeah.
that that
And
that
also,
guy that guy needs to that guy when he retires, when he decides to retire, needs to have something in his trophy cabinet that he can say that I scored so many goals and I have something to show
something.
in my cabinet. Yeah.
Lucas, one of his most famous quotes has been resurfacing from 2017, where he said that if in the next 3 years I don't win any trophies, it will be very disappointing, which it definitely is. And we all know that we don't need to kid ourselves. Spurs is at that position because of Kane. They are fighting for the Champions League positions because of Kane. There's
Yeah.
no other player which is actually pushing the team to go to that position. In
Yeah.
2017-18 time, when they lost the Champions League final, it was Kane who was crying. Today it was I mean in the League Cup final it was Son who was crying. So I'm definitely gonna see Son also moving on in the next couple of
Yeah.
games. If not in this
If
season.
not for Kane or Son, this team would have been lingering around from the position like 11 to 15, definitely. Nothing above than that. And
Yeah.
I also believe that with the playing style of Maurizio Sarri, if he's speculated to come in, it will not be fruitful for. I don't see it being fruitful for Kane or Son in any way. So he should definitely leave if Maurizio Sarri is at least coming into the club.
Ben, explain me what is Sarri ball first, and
Yeah,
then you are allowed to manage a club. I
yeah,
don't know what the heck is this Sarri ball.
yeah. All the Chelsea fans also used to do Sarri ball into play. That Anshuman, he also used to do Sarri ball. What is Sarri ball? Nobody knows about Sarri ball.
Man, he's been carrying over that Sarri ball from his days at Napoli.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. So after having a lot of discussion about EPL and especially Tottenham, let's move on to our next topic for the day. Let's focus on to the UCL now and the change of format that they have proposed effective 2024. We have had a little bit of backlash from a couple of managers like Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp and one of the players also, Ilkay Gundogan. But what do you guys think about the new proposed format, which includes 36 teams, and it would be the coefficient. All the teams will be playing 10 matches, and the coefficients somehow come into play based on historic performances, how they'll be playing and who they'll be playing, and the top 8 teams from that will automatically qualify to the knockout rounds, and the team that are positioned from 9 to 24, they will be having a knockout round of their own. So what do you think of the new format that has been proposed by UEFA?
Well, I think we can just quote Gundogan on this one that the new UCL format is the lesser of the two evil between the Super League and UEFA right now. That's why people are not cribbing about the new format which is being proposed. The one thing which we've also not mentioned is that the matches will for the UCL will increase from 125 to 225. That's another 100 matches. For which Pep has again mentioned that you need to ask UEFA to increase the number of days in the year to 400 so that we can actually accommodate all the matches we can. Or let's say we need to have it at Mars right now so that we can actually have more days and more longer days so that we can actually play more matches throughout the season. Maybe that's what needs to happen. I guess football needs to move to Mars. I guess that's how we'll be able to give the players the ample amount of rest so that they can rest. I mean, UEFA needs to understand all these big entities, Perez, UEFA, and all the big owners of the clubs need to understand that the players are not their puppets. They need to respect the players because they are the one who are actually giving the entertainment to us. It's not the owners are just loosening their wallets right now. They're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
It's also about players' welfare right now. You need to think about those things, and I definitely do not think that this format is going to last any longer, or this format will have a lot of changes, I think, before we see this 2024 position coming into effect.
Yeah, I think I also think that this is definitely not it is also definitely not the right format. I still would go with if you want to give exposure to some of the smaller teams in the European leagues, it is better to have another group. Like there are 8 groups currently. You can have another 9th group and somehow work around with that, or somehow change the format in that sense. Because what will happen now is, once the top 8 teams are qualified to the knockout rounds, the team that will be playing from 9 to 24, they will be like very, very average teams who will be playing against each other, and not many of the football fans around the world will be watching those matches. So I don't know how it will help increase the revenue. It will just increase the exertion on the players who will be playing in those rounds.
Which is exactly what Perez mentioned, that nobody wants to watch the small teams play each other. They want to watch the big teams fight against the big dogs. So that I guess in that case, I would actually start concurring with Perez and his statements that actually we want to see the big teams play, because I mean,
yeah,
if you're going to ask me whether I want to watch a Bayern versus PSG or a Porto versus Ajax, I'll not watch the Porto versus Ajax, obviously. But I mean, but obviously, I do not want to miss out on the opportunity to watch Porto versus Bayern or PSG, so that I can see.
So that's the whole point. Like once in a while, matches still okay. Like if your Bayern is playing against Porto or Ajax, it's still okay. You can watch those matches. It's okay. But there'll be a string of matches from the team's position from 9 to 24. And I don't think a lot of teams will be watching. It will be similar as to Europa League, and you know how many people do watch Europa League? Not many. So
it's only the player. The only people who watch it are the teams who have actually relegated from Champions League to Europa, and those are the only people who actually watch.
That is such a dig at me. Okay, thank you so much.
Go ahead, Rishabh.
No, he just took a dig at me. So yeah, just thank him. That's it.
Every Chelsea fan, every fan who is not a supporter of United is entitled to do that.
I'm not saying that it's only you. I mean, it happens with every team. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Chelsea usually doesn't get knocked down to the Europa. Either we're gonna play in the round of 16 or we're gonna get knocked out completely. So we don't play in the middle. We don't just scoot down.
Or if you do, or if you play, then you win. Right?
Yeah.
Say that because you won, right?
I mean, you guys are also winning, so.
Yeah. I think, again, coming to the question, I think this is again a bad decision from UEFA. What Sefrin said about Agnelli and Woodward about being snakes, then what the hell are you? You're the same person, because you did exactly what they were doing, just including the lower ranked teams, right? I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me about having a knockout round from who are in the position of 9 to 24th. Like, doesn't make sense to me. Like you're just trying to have a number of the number of games increased to, you said 225, right? Yeah, like that doesn't make sense. Like you're just generating revenue. But again, in the 9 to 24th, who do you think that people like us will watch the games between, as you said, Porto and Ajax, or a Greece side, Athens versus Olympiacos? Nobody's going to watch that. So how are you generating the revenue? You're only generating revenue from the Greece country residents that are going to actually watch their team play.
Yeah, I mean
people who are not in the European nations, they're not going to watch it.
The only positive in that format is that you're giving the other leagues and other leagues opportunity.
But if you want to do that, then you can make it more competitive. So you're saying like every team will have 10 matches, regardless of, like, they're not going to play home and away, right? So you can make the current format more interesting by only having a one-off game with each other. So let's say, as an example, if we look at this season, if what was the team that our team played? I don't remember the Turkish side. Um, but if United played against that Turkish side, and if they lost, then they lost. They don't have the opportunity to go back to Old Trafford and win. That's how you make it competitive. So if the Turkish side,
But
I still can't
but where
remember,
those
but
kind of matches would take place? The important question is that.
yeah, but so right now also it's going to be it's going to be played by the draw, right? It's going to be played by the draw.
No, that is okay. But where, which location that matches will be
So
played?
that's what I'm saying, played by the draw. So if
Oh, okay.
in the draw it comes out to Old Trafford, it comes out the venue is going to be Old Trafford, then they play at Old Trafford.
That is
If not,
that I
then
think
they
is
play at
not favorable. That I think based on number of fans that teams like United, Chelsea, these have. Uh, Definitely there is definitely in the world of football we talk about home and away advantage. That home advantage. I don't think like a one leg and based on the draw where it should be played is a good idea. That's my personal opinion.
but you're still doing it over here. You're just giving United a lot more opportunities because you're going to play 10 games, right?
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
So
That is the,
even if you lose at a Olympiacos side, you still have 9 more remaining games to actually come back and actually
yeah,
qualify for the knockout.
yeah.
That's it. So I mean, you look at the World Cup round robin. Yeah, that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Germany were
They play at a
clueless
neutral
what to
venue.
do, right?
They play at a neutral venue, Rishabh. They don't play at a.
But again, the whole point comes here: if there is a neutral venue, not many people will come to watch the game, and hence the ticket sales will not be very high, and they'll not
I
have.
mean, before COVID, I usually used to see a lot of fans
I
actually
don't think
traveling.
so. I don't think so. If you look at the UCL finals that have been held at a neutral venue, people have come and watched that.
But the thing is that
That's
is,
the final. You know,
but that's the final. That is
we're
like one of
talking
the games,
about
one
No, but you
of the
can.
games
So,
for the whole year. But
so
these are
you,
like normal games that is taking place across
yeah.
neutral.
So you can probably select locate. Okay. I get it. What you're saying. Fine.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So yeah, based on what Rishabh said, that and Shefflin has mentioned that Woodward and Agnelli are snakes, and I don't. Based on the new format that has been proposed by UEFA, I just think that Shefflin is a snake charmer. He just want to control the other snakes and have his way with the new format or to generate more revenue for the UEFA. I don't think I've not seen yet what Royal mentioned in the previous episode of a podcast that the prize money is being increased from 2.9 to 6.2 billion. I've not yet found that, but that still is a thing
just
to see
just
what will happen. I'm still not confirmed on yet, but yeah, Rohil, if you, it would be good if you can share some of the articles.
I can attach the link in the description so that I can confirm that part.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, moving on from the UEFA form, the new UEFA UCL format, we would now like to focus on what is going on in La Liga. The top three teams in the
The
La Liga.
only title fight I guess people need to focus
Top
on.
four.
No, sorry, top four. Actually, Sevilla is also into contention. So there are four teams who are into contention to win the La Liga as of now, and with Atletico Madrid at 73, Real at 71, Barcelona with 71 with one game in hand, and Sevilla at 70. So, what do you guys think based on the fixtures that lies ahead for all the teams and what the run of form they have been in? What do you guys think? Who will be able to win the La Liga? And if possible, if you can provide what position do you think all the four teams would last?
Well, I think the title decider match is obviously between Atletico and Barca, which will be the game week 35, I think. So another couple of weeks, and we'll definitely find out who's going to win the champion, who's going to be crowned the La Liga champions. If Barcelona is able to win the La Liga, I guess all the doubts which we had seeded in the beginning of the season can obviously be put away, and the team has definitely made a remarkable recovery throughout the season. But again, yeah, it's obviously Atletico Madrid have been the chokers of the season because the way they were performing till December or beginning of 2021. They were definitely touted to win the La Liga with these. I don't think they had any contention at that point. Even Madrid being number 2 at that point, still they were not close enough to actually fight for that point. But since then they have been dropping points consistently, and Barcelona has actually raked points at a phenomenal rate. That's why they are probably going to maybe win the La Liga, even though they have not been the favorites in the big matches. They've not performed well in both the El Clasico matches this season. I do not remember what was the scoreline in the first Atletico Madrid and Barca match, but I think Atletico won, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
I think it was 1-0 if I'm not wrong. But
I guess the tables have turned now, and it's Barcelona who's in the driver's seat, and they are the ones who can definitely win this match with these. I think maybe we lost Rishabh.
Yeah, I think we lost Rishabh. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I definitely do not think that Sevilla is going to win the La Liga. It's going to be a huge upset if it happens, because I've never seen Sevilla actually win the La Liga in the past 10 years or in the past 20 years also, I guess. But again, the other thing is that all the 4 teams are qualified for the UCL now with the current points they have. So let's see what happens. But I'm disappointed for Madrid. Obviously, we all are. We all are big supporters of Madrid. So we want Madrid to be the ones who can chime in and actually get the title. But the recent draw with the recent draw which they had last week definitely had a huge dent in the position for us, because Atletico lost to Bilbao this weekend. And even though Barcelona had a very hard-fought victory against Villarreal this weekend, a 2-1 victory, which was a great match which we saw. But I think Atletico should have, Madrid should have capitalized on that opportunity and not gone for a draw. They are definitely not being able to score goals on a regular basis. That usually hurts them a lot. And I don't know if Ramos is fit or not. I think Ramos is not fit.
I think he's not fit. Yes.
Yeah, so and definitely sure that Madrid is actually hurting because of Ramos right now. So
definitely. Real would not have had a very good. So last 2 away matches, Real have had a draw in the 2 away matches, which I think if they would have won, it would have added just 4 points. They would not have had a significant lead over their city counterparts or Barcelona also. But the thing is, they would have been in a position to at least claim. I think they would have been in a position to at least challenge for the title. I still don't think the way they are playing, they are not able to score goals, and I don't think they are in a position to challenge for the league title. They might win it. Tables turn at any point, but I don't think, based on the recent performances, that Madrid have in them what takes to win the league, based on what other 2 teams have been performing. And you want to score goals. You just don't want to draw. You want to score goals. That extra goal that wins you the match, and they have not been able to do so. So I think that is the factor that is missing from the game. Definitely, they miss Ramos in the defense and also in the attack, also based on the number of goals that he has been scoring. But they have definitely squandered the opportunity to be the league leaders as of now. So Rishabh, what do you think?
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I think I missed the conversation. My stupid computer started to restart. So, I think definitely, I feel Atletico still has the chance to win the title. I haven't actually seen Barcelona win a big game this season yet. They lost both the El Clasicos. I think one was 3-1 and this one was 2-1. They did not win against Atletico the last time they played. I think there was the first game that Sevilla played against Barcelona, Sevilla won, and their most recent one, I think, also Sevilla won. So they haven't really brought their A game in the biggest of games. And we obviously saw how PSG dominated, Barca in their Champions League game. So just based on that fact, I haven't seen Barcelona perform in the biggest game. So I'm still going with Atletico. Real can still go ahead and win it. I feel they also have an outside chance of winning.
Keep in mind, Real and Sevilla have a game in 2 weeks. Real and Sevilla are facing each other. Yeah, so that also will be a big game. For the
Those are the two title deciders.
position deciding games, I would rather say.
I would say, yeah. I am still going with Atletico. Yes, Atletico has destroyed their own season, or they've brought this up on themselves, because they were cruising along with like somewhere close to 12-point lead, and they've brought it down. And technically, they're actually behind now, because as soon as Barcelona play their next game on Thursday against Getafe, I think. And if they win that, they go top of the La Liga table. And the way Messi is actually dominating the games, or he's been carrying the team, there's no doubt that they go top on Thursday. So all comes down to the game on next Sunday, which is Atletico versus Barcelona.
It's next
Atletico
Sunday?
has to. Sorry.
It's next Sunday.
It's next
Okay.
Sunday. I think the 8th of May. So they have to win that game. Atletico, if they have to win the title, they have to win that game. And
I think it's on 9th, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the biggest week in La Liga. Then we on 8th we have Real Madrid and Sevilla, and on 9th we have Barcelona and Atletico. Oh, that would be a week to watch in La Liga.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I mean, I'm pretty happy that La Liga finally delivered some like a memorable season, where now I want to watch now. So I'll be glued onto my television and watching the Barcelona game on Thursday, because I have not really. Yes, I followed them, but not like the way that I followed right now. Like, I have been able to watch their games regularly
it's
because I
only
want to
EPL that
see
we
how
follow religiously.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good that it's the La Liga has become interesting. So all thanks to Atletico, actually.
Usually all the other leagues have been lackluster, where the top two, where there's been a title fight just close.
Did you guys see the recent Sevilla game that happened? I just want to bring this up. So basically, what happened in the last game against Granada, that Sevilla were playing against, the extra time allotted in that game was 90 +4. The referee blew up the whistle at 93rd minute, and Soldado had actually just scored in the 91st minute, a penalty that was awarded to him. So basically after the whistle, the Sevilla team, the players had already taken off the kits. And then the referee had to tell them that there's one more minute to go. So somehow they managed to still come back and hold off. Like, just imagine if that would have been a 2-2 draw, man. They would have kicked the referee so badly.
Yeah, that is funny. Never seen that happening in football, but yeah. As for me, I think Barcelona will win the league based on the recent run-up. Yeah, I think Barcelona will win it. Second, I think Real would be second. Third, Atletico, and fourth, fourth Sevilla. I'm just being a little bit more optimistic just because of Real, but that's my prediction that I see happening in the next couple of weeks as the season comes to an end.
Can I just say one quick thing? If Real Madrid manage to beat Chelsea tomorrow, tomorrow, I think they win the title.
They win the La Liga.
I think they win the title.
I mean,
give them. I feel that's going to give them a huge boost. I feel that.
Okay, I think that it won't matter to them anymore then, because they would be more focused on just the Real, the Champions League. That's it. They don't care about if they once they get in the Champions League final. I don't think La Liga is a big. La Liga is a trophy that they'll be focusing on. I feel
like.
I know he has been more focused on La Liga, but he has already won the La Liga last year. So I don't think I don't know. It's difficult.
It's not like Real has an outside chance. They're in the title race.
Yeah,
and it's 2 or 3 point difference.
All 4 teams are in the title.
So you can't really give up. I wouldn't say Zidane will give up.
You cannot give up, but I think
giving up. I mean, I'm just saying.
Still,
it's still Barcelona's title to lose at this stage.
Yeah, based on the performances, it's Barcelona's title to lose at this point.
With the game in hand, they are in the driver's seat to win this game.
Yeah,
I don't think so, but let's see.
You think Atletico? Okay.
I mean, your hate for Barcelona is actually showing in your voice. So yeah, I mean,
it's not hate. I just don't feel like. Okay, fine, but it's not convincing in their games. Like, I have seen their games, and it's not very convincing like how they win their games. So,
but they have one game in hand, and they have the magic man. So And he's fit. He's playing good. So
Yeah,
it's definitely their time to lose.
they still have the goat with them. So
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, with this we bring our today's episode of a podcast to an end with this discussion, and for more we'll be back next week with more discussion on more football topics that takes place across the Europe, across the world football. So check out our episodes and subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for latest notifications as soon as a new content is uploaded. Till then, take care and be safe. Thank you.